lately it's been really confusing. I just can't understand. You say that you're catching feelings, but I'm always left on red. Ooh, no. And every time we meet, nothing is off, nothing is off. Down, I gotta say, I'm digging your vibe. Your vibe, there's something, it's the fact. You're switching up again. I don't know what's your move. Tell me, baby, what to do.
What's up? It's your guy Bam back with the Marriage Mixtape.
It's your girl Soso.
And the camera girl.
And your boy Nino Black.
We back at you with some more questions. Some of these questions were brought to us by people today, so we're going to answer them to the best of our ability. And at the end of the day, you know, nobody is perfect, but we're giving you our beliefs on situations.
Yep.
All right. Let's jump into the first question. Who comes first in a marriage? The spouse or children?
The spouse. Like, that's when you raise your children to leave. Like,
right, absolutely.
So, like, I'm raising my spouse, like, not raising my spouse, but I'm being with my spouse for life, so I'm treating it different. I'm treating my kids like I want them to get the hell out.
Amen.
I agree with that because a lot of people end up being lonely because they go with their kids or whatever situation instead of actually going with their main person that they're with, which cause a situation between or a burden between them, you know, where some of them end up doing divorce or some of them end up leaving. So that's why I really strongly believe that you got to stick with your spouse first.
Okay. Yeah, because 7 is too soon to put him out. Because my next man, he really don't even got to like kids. Honestly, I don't care.
I go with the kids. Because if I had a choice between buying my wife something or my kids and I only had enough to buy one thing, I would choose my kids.
Well, I mean, that's
different.
Yeah, that's a scenario, a different situation. So, like, let's say when me and Bam was, 4 years ago, we was like in a predicament where we were broke. Okay. We were broke and we only had enough money to provide for food, and it was really only enough to provide for our kids, not even for us. So we made sure our kids ate. So yeah, when it comes to stuff like that, yeah, we definitely will put our kids first. But at the same time, when it comes to love or feeding your husband or your wife, it's always your spouse first. Always.
You really don't got
So feed the kids, you believe to feed your husband before?
I would believe making a plate for him first.
Making the plate first.
Yeah.
Not like saying like.
Not saying if it was the last food,
well, put it like
I would
this.
not give it to
the
him.
Thing is, just like if you're on an airplane, you put your mask on first.
Right. That's what they tell you.
If I don't eat, they won't eat.
Right.
Because I need to have nutrition so I can provide for them.
Amen. Amen. He really don't gotta like kids, y'all. Next question. What are some unspoken emotions you feel like leaders and providers go through?
Okay. As a man, I feel like I guess you can go through like the thoughts of being not enough or feeling like you can't accomplish those things. And it's like nobody really understands. And you can't really put it out there. You can't say too much because then you soft or you vent in. So you gotta always like hold it in. Like no matter what you're going through, at the end of the day, you gotta smile and put your chin up and keep pushing. And they can say that you're supposed to talk about it, but no man should really tell a woman everything. Like you shouldn't go home and vent to your wife about this and that and Johnny and Ray, and you gotta keep that shit in. Like a man can't sit out there and act like a bitch.
Amen.
Well,
I mean, give the wrong wife.
Yeah.
The
ammo
to push.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not only just that though, you don't know what your spouse is going through with their own situation as well. So the same for me. Like if I'm going through something, because a woman actually go through a lot of hormone changes, a lot of situations in our body. We don't know why. We really don't care to know when we already got other things to worry about. And sometimes we don't put ourselves first when we need to when it comes to our health and stuff, because we try to make sure that we are actually helping or doing what we need to do for our household. So when it comes to like the leading part, or not, like you said, not telling everything, I definitely agree with all of those things, because again, Patsy, you don't never know what's going on in anyone's head. So too much stress can really trigger, or y'all can have lack communication,
Right.
or just off a belief of which you assume it was and it's not.
Okay. Anything?
No, they answered it pretty well.
They really did. Okay, next question. What are some unspoken emotions you feel like women go through?
So back to the whole hormone things, stress of our own, far as females, is a lot of individual mental, emotional that you go through
Right.
with just the family. Now and this is just the family situation. When you got both sides of the family in the picture, it can be very stressful.
Very overwhelming.
And especially because the household, most of the time, the woman is keeping
All the
everything.
mental, right.
Not, I mean, yes, the mental, but keeping everything calm from both ends of the family, to make sure that when it comes down to any party or any event or anything, you want everyone to still be on chill mode, not
Right.
like it's gonna be tense. Everyone should be able to be a enjoyable situation. So sometimes that can be very stressful when I try to keep the peace from both ends. And the frustration, I tend to take it out on my husband, even though he don't even know what's going on. I'm like, you should see in my eyes, read
Right.
what is going on. But really, sometimes I forget to be very transparent with him about the situation, because I got so much going on. So that's one of the things that a female goes through with that situation. And then our kids and their behaviors, and they're changing, and as they're growing, those are the things that he kind of don't see, because he's always working. So
Right.
when he's not seeing none of these things, it's just like, he like, no, they're not doing. I'm like, yes, there are. Like, what are you talking about?
The biggest thing women go through is honestly second guessing. You're literally it's like women, we really live our life to better other people.
You wouldn't have to second guess if you allowed a man to lead.
I am speaking just in general, and we're speaking about the children and just your own identity.
Yeah.
Because once you get married, you become your spouse's last name, and you just become such and such wife.
Yeah.
So you struggle with identity crisis, and then you struggle with feeling like you're not, you didn't fulfill your purpose in life.
But identity crisis,
live for everyone.
but you're supposed to live selflessly. So
So
identity
you are.
crisis shouldn't.
You are, but at the end of the day, when
That's a
when you
female
read your
issue.
eulogy, you're going to be the provider, the this and this. And again, you are the founder of your foundation, right? So when people pull up, they go, bam, on it. He done bought his wife a house, bam, doing this. They don't give the credit to the female and say, hey,
I think that's like
Sophia is cleaning this. This house look good. It's in order. It's in shape.
I don't think they see it like that. I think that's like a personal thing. Like I
No,
think that's
but-
like y'all's thought.
No, so that, and it can be our thought.
I look at it like
But-
I look at it like a
Everyone's
family
thought.
thing.
Yeah.
Like dang, they doing good. I don't look at it like, oh, he paying the bills, he doing good. I look at it like they doing good.
So, and that's the way you're
That's
looking.
the way you look at it.
There, now those are different
That's the thing.
scenarios.
I don't look at it like to take credit or give credit. I look at it as they credit.
Because you're doing what
So,
you're supposed to
I'm
do.
looking through a healthy lens. I'm not looking
Right.
through trauma or like something that bothers me about something. So it's like, I think no matter what they get, if they get an airplane, they did good. Like
No, so
But that's the thing.
let
me-
People
like, he
don't
bought
give credit to things.
So let
People
me-
give credit to a person.
yeah, so let me say this. So when everyone comes and they address us, even in our business and stuff, they address you first. They address you about everything that goes on in the business. The only time that I even address is when there's a schedule.
Mhm.
So for me, it don't bother me, but I can see where everyone's coming from, far as they don't see me as I'm an owner of the business. They
But-
see me as I'm a
but when they
worker
do
of the
address you, you say, "Yes, ma'am."
right. I do say that because again, that's your decision to make. Now there are things that need to be made. I will be the one to make the decision.
Mhm.
But I get where you're coming from, because there's always a compliment and it's really automatically the man's situation when they can compliment both of us. It's not a compliment for both of us. It's a compliment directly to you.
Right.
So I get what
as a
he's saying.
woman,
I don't see
you
it.
get lost in
But-
identity.
Okay, so if everyone come to me and state that the house look good, how'd you do this, how'd you do that, and they're just asking me, not you, and I mean all of them.
That shit wouldn't bother me because I ain't cleaning that anyway.
No, I'm not talking about cleaning.
I don't have an identity crisis. I don't have to be something I'm not.
No, but see, that's
Whatever
not what
I am
did.
is what I
a woman
am.
doesn't feel like a
Like,
woman
as a-
doesn't feel like she has to be something else. We go through the emotions because, again, as a woman, as a man, you sustain who you are, and people respect it automatically. As a mom, you have to everybody lives through you.
Wait,
so if
so
the kids
People
are
don't
bad,
respect it
it's
though.
like you're not a good mom. If the kids are good, you're a good mom.
Yeah.
That's like I
whatever
don't see
is
that because if the
projected-
kids are bad, it's because usually they don't have a father figure.
true,
What?
but not true, but true.
Yeah, that is true.
True, but not true, but true.
But,
That is-
but-
that
so
is
we
a perfect-
That is really
we're
true.
talking about a
That's a
scenario
perfect
like if the kids cut up in school, like for instance for us. So the boys cut up in school. A lot of other people don't know that I'm actually married and they actually have a dad.
Can
Like
I
for
stop?
That's a personal issue of theirs. You don't have to. Hey, I'm married. He has a dad.
No,
so he
but-
cut up.
but they
think
will
it.
It's a
assume.
proven fact that if you take the mom out the home and
the
just
kids
leave
be
a
more
single
successful.
father, the kids are more successful.
Yeah, 9
They
times out
don't
of
know.
10.
No, you're
That's
correct.
You're
But they
correct.
also more depressed
They are.
and don't know how to
And
express
that
themselves and
kid
have to go to
will
That's
never
therapy.
be
They
in
ain't got the
a
mother's
stable
emotions.
relationship.
They don't got that
That kid will never
care.
be in because a man cannot nurture a child like a woman can.
Right.
So that kid will never have a stable relationship.
But
Yeah.
we can't
But
say. But with
let's
single
go back to
moms,
the
they don't have
question.
stable relationships.
That's true. Let's go back
That's
to
right.
the question.
But can
The
success
question
bring
was,
a successful relationship?
Not really.
No.
Some women,
No.
I think so.
Some women operate different from y'all. Some women are only in relationships because of sustainability. You know what I mean?
right, which is, that is true, right? Because you got the girls that just want a man to get them a BBL, which is true. But the question was, let's go back to the question. What are unspoken emotions? So based off that, I feel like from a woman's perspective, you go through identity crisis and you go through not feeling fulfilled because your job is you have to basically raise everybody out to be perfect because it's looked at, if your kids aren't shit, if the dad is not there or there, it's still projected on the mom.
Well, I mean,
But guess what
It still
though?
will be projected on the
Okay,
mom.
so if the lights get cut off tomorrow, whose fault is that?
Well, if she is single mom,
No, I'm saying, and from a man's perspective, if the lights get cut off
it's your
tomorrow,
fault.
they gonna
But
say
it's
it's
the same
me.
thing with the kids.
It's
the
Like,
rent
kids
due.
aren't
It's
successful.
me.
Wait, I get what you're saying, but if we're going through directly the question as a female,
As a female, that's what I
as a female, now be open minded because we're talking about as a female right now. So
Right.
not a defense mode and the male. As a female right now, which of course you guys will not really know, so you're just going off of
You answer mine, so I can answer yours too.
No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying as a female right now, let's just say one of the crises that we go through as a female, it's really stressful to deal with one kid that is happy and then try to change your mold to another kid that you got to nurture, then change your mold to another kid that just trying to find their self, or change your mold for someone that needs you in the family to vent, or change your mode to go help another person in the family because they need that mentally can
It
drain.
can drain you, and not only that,
And men won't do that. You let me tell you right now, y'all gonna be like, shut the fuck up.
but not
Toughen up.
even shut the fuck up. Here's the difference, right? A man has to speak to their child. If you are a real father, an active father in your child's life, it's a look. Sometimes you don't even have to say anything. It's a simple look.
Yep.
Mothers are not appreciated until their children are older and leave home. And that's when kids start to be like, oh, mom, damn, I see what you, oh, mom, I'm so sorry. Now I see what you was talking about. But that whole time that mom is being selfless, it's shit. She's the worst person in the world. She's the most loved, but the most hated. Mm-hmm. Everything she do is to spite them. It's just the kid's biggest enemy. At that point.
You're the warden.
And then when they leave, they appreciate you. Versus a dad who is let's just say in a regular household, okay, normal household where the dad is the provider. Every time he comes through that door, he gets that. But that mom that's literally had to you forgot something for school, or forgot a piece from a project. They had to go, rip, run, come here, take you here, to go to the doctor's, pick you up for breakfast, take you back. Oh, Mom, can you just hurry up? I'm hungry. That's crazy.
Hey.
That's crazy. Like,
Cause their dad paid for the gas.
but you
and
feel that, like, that's crazy.
But be real though. Like, do you know how much emotionally, mentally that is tiring?
Right.
Yeah, but it's
and then it's like there's a
I mean, because and you still,
the
for me as a woman, still trying to also be, because I'm not just a mom, I'm an entrepreneur. So still trying to run a business with my husband, that really fucking drains.
But at the end of the day,
it drains you because you're
very active.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if
he's got
you
to lead and do what men do.
If you miss a step, I got it.
Right.
That
if I miss a step, we fucked.
No, true.
That
true.
is true.
I give you that. But that the question isn't to take away from what you do. What you do. You are who you are, right?
The
question was unspoken emotions from a female. So that's how we're speaking. We're not discounting guys in any shape or form and say, "Oh, well, y'all don't do."
What about the
we're
women
not saying
that's
that.
in the position that you're in? Because some women are like.
Well, that's their fault. That's their fault for getting with Pookie and Ray Ray.
Right, and I'm one of them victims.
If you are in that position,
but
if you are in that position, then you're never gonna respect him because you feel like you don't need him. And in order for it to work, you need to need him.
And that's the part of the woman struggles with, the unspoken part, the part of they became that. So now I'm trying to switch back on to be a woman and feminine. It's really hard for a woman.
Y'all think it's hard for guys? Y'all don't think it's hard for guys to learn to lead and
yes,
and not care about themselves?
Nobody has a handbook. But what I feel is it's a process for you to become a leader. For you to detox yourself from being a leader is crazy.
Imagine
like that. That's a whole
okay. Imagine how hard it is to become a leader with a spouse who came from a strong background where she doesn't respect men, and her mom teaches her that men aren't to be respected, that do it yourself. So imagine how hard it is to lead, being questioned every step of the way, but not to give up on her and to continue to lead.
It's very hard.
Here's the thing. I feel scared for myself right now. Why we not using 89? Why we not using 89? Why we gotta use 93? It don't make sense. You better make the math start mathing.
Lately it's been really confusing. I just